Archbishop Sarah, we welcome you. We welcome you.
The Bishop of London, Dame Sarah Mullally, becomes the first female Archbishop of Canterbury after a ceremony at St Paul's Cathedral.
Today is the moment when Bishop Sarah became the Archbishop of Canterbury, the 106th Archbishop.
Her appointment as the first female leader of the Church of England isn't without its challenges or controversy. Also tonight. They're clean and green, but how and where they're left is a big issue. What are the operators doing about badly parked e-bikes? Plus, a personal ordeal turned into a play. The story of a Berkshire sub-postmistress caught up in the Horizon post office scandal. And the 82-year-old goalie who's been leading his local football team for decades says he's not hanging up his gloves just yet. A man has been convicted of blowing up a ULEZ camera in southeast London. 63-year-old Kevin Rees was arrested by counter-terror police after a low-sophistication improvised explosive device damaged the camera in Sidcup in December 2023. The Prince of Wales met with young people at the Walls Lane Centre in Wood Green who have benefited from the BBC Children in Need funding. Prince William's visit was to the Ubele initiative, which works to empower black and minority communities through their leadership, enterprise and sustainability programmes. And a Mary Poppins mural, which locally became a symbol of hope during the pandemic, is allowed to stay after Kensington and Chelsea Council's order to remove it was overturned. The Planning Inspectorate said the painted silhouette on the wall of a property in Earls Court Square was not inharmonious with the conservation area. Now, it's been a staple of London's clubbing scene for a generation, welcoming the likes of The Prodigy, Faithless and Fatboy Slim. This year marks Ministry of Sound's 35th birthday, but comes at a time when dozens of the city's nightlife venues are closing every year. A new industry-led nighttime task force has created a list of recommendations on how the industry can be supported. Alice Bandukravi's report does contain some flashing images.
For 35 years, dance music lovers have been flocking to London's original super club, and Ministry of Sound is adapting to the times, unveiling its new look this weekend.
The feeling that you get when you walk into this club, from the moment that you walk in, the music just hits you. I've had some of my best DJ shows playing here, but also some of my best nights as a raver here as well.
The investment in the club's future so that it can survive and thrive for another 35 years is a sign of confidence that the economic climate for clubs is not to be taken for granted.
To generate the same amount of money now than you would 15 years ago is 10 times harder. The costs are going up. You know, the customers are much more price sensitive with our cost of living crisis, but we still need to absorb the business rates and the NI costs. You know, it's really, really challenging. And, you know, for me, the most important thing is that we still maintain having a great product for our customers. So I don't want to cut corners or costs, which is what, you know, why we're put such a big investment into the space.
Nightclubs are part of a fragile ecosystem of nighttime businesses, and London accounts for 25% of this £153 billion sector. That's nearly £40 billion generated here in the capital each year. So yesterday's announcement to apply business rate relief to pubs and live music venues, but not to nightclubs, is short-sighted, according to the Nighttime Industries Association.
I mean, we always talk about young people not being heard within government, within policy. Well, you know, clubs, venues, live music, electronic music are that route, that gateway. You know, it's also one of the really important sort of routes for talent to come through. When you talk about visitor economy and global identity, it's a hugely important thing that needs to be considered by government at every point.
The recommendations on how to support London's nightlife, 23 of them in total, are now for the Mayor to consider. Alice Bandukravi, BBC London.
OK, taking a brief look now at some more of the local stories on BBC News. Flood warnings have been issued across South East England following heavy rainfall from Storm Chandra. Alerts are in place in Surrey and Kent. In Hertfordshire, people are being urged to get in touch with police if they're offered cheap weight loss drugs. It's after a large quantity was stolen in St Albans. And in Essex, old Thames barges have been sunk in an estuary to reduce erosion and create a new island habitat for birds.
E-bike operators say stopping bad and inconsiderate parking on London's streets is a priority. They're now calling for more investment in safe cycling infrastructure. The mayor wants to regulate all e-bike schemes, and one of the biggest is Forest, who say more can be done to improve the current situation.
I don't think anyone's perfect. There's still issues that we're having to work with the authorities, with the councils on. I think also the other thing to note is that as the schemes have actually grown, the operators getting good usage out of the bikes can actually reinvest a lot of that money into more resources to be able to tidy them on the streets.
Two Labour MPs in Kent are demanding answers as to how an overheight lorry was able to cause significant damage to one of the tunnels off the Dartford crossing on Friday. Northbound traffic was closed for more than 30 hours during the incident. National Highways says the height restrictions are clearly signposted and ignoring them is an offence. The first woman to become head of the Church of England says she hopes to lead with calmness, consistency and compassion. Dame Sarah Mullally will be officially confirmed as the 106th Archbishop of Canterbury later today. She had previously served as the Bishop of London for almost a decade. Now, if you're feeling your age, take a look at Leo. At 82, this North London goalkeeper has been organising and leading a football team for over 40 years. During that time, he's seen players come and go, but Leo keeps turning up every week without fail, even after medical advice suggested he should hang up his gloves.
25 years ago, I had a heart attack and the cardiologist said I should give up, and I stopped for about 2 or 3 months. But I love the game so much, I just had to continue. When I get to the stage where I think I'm letting the side down, I will retire.